Okay, next one is the grandma. Oh, this is the sad theme. Okay, so let's see how they do in elevating the sadness and the that feeling that it's like your grandson's going on an adventure and you worry about him because you care about him, and then you're worried about them too, and stuff like that. So um let's listen to the grandma theme. Oh, you sneaky arranger. I see what you did at the end there. Okay. Well, let's go back. I was kind of confused because I kind of wasn't sure when the melody was starting in the beginning, because it kind of um introduced the theme, but in kind of like a fragmented form, and then like a couple seconds into it. Okay, now this is the real theme. So, and it introduced a lot of like chromatics and stuff, a lot of chromatic notes and dominant seventh chords, which kind of weakened the quality of the overall tonality. Let me listen, give it another listen. Yeah, right here. So it's like this descending bass line was just kind of adding a little bit more crunch and more dissonance into the theme. Okay, now the theme starts here. Okay, that's interesting. I really noticed what that bass line did. So it just descends down stepwise. Mm, mm, and then you go up here, mm, and then rinse and repeat. So it just it descends stepwise down. Okay, this bass is not this bass line is not a bass clarinet as what I originally said. It's the cello. It's cello. It descends stepwise down. Oh, that sneaky six chord with that progression. It basically means that it's like I'm gonna lead you towards the end, but then it's like nope, still got a little bit more things to go through, a little bit more things to show you. So it takes you to like this chord that's kind of similar to the end, but it's not quite the end yet. And then you cycle through a few more chords, and then you're at the end. So it's like imagine you're being you're being taken on a tour somewhere like a house tour or whatever. And then it's like you've been through it, and then you're going out through the way you came in, but then it's like, oh, look here, there's like this hidden nook or like this hidden stairway that goes down, and then we're gonna take a look down there, and then we're gonna come back up, and then we end the tour. So that's basically what it did. I wouldn't say it's a debate. Well, it's kind of like a kind debate if you know what I mean. So there's other musical debates that are more debatey, but this is kind of like a more kinder one. So. Okay, and then this song, this arrangement did kind of something kind of sneaky at the end is coming up. Let's see if you notice it. Did you hear that? That's the fairy theme. The fairy theme from from Zelda. And then I think the reasoning here is because in the game, your grandma gives you the soup that heals you. So this is kind of like the healing, a reference to that soup, and that how the grandma is, through your grandma in the game, um, that's like her way of healing you, your love. So it's kind of like the a different reiteration of the fairy. She's like your savior. In case you fall or you're running low on hearts. Oh, drink grandma soup, and then this is how you get better. Oh, and also the also more obvious thing is you're halfway, when you're about halfway through the game, you're revisiting your grandma, and then she's ill, she's like depressed or whatever, because you're gone. And then what you do is you collect the fairy, and then you open up the fairy bottle, and then the fairy heals your grandma, and then she makes you the soup. So I guess there's kind of like a double thing there, like how you heal your grandma, and then she in turn she heals you. Strings doing super tremolo in the high register. Yeah, that was a nice way to surprisingly nice way to end it. So, yeah, good job, good job, good job. Okay, so next one, Departure and Pirates. So this is I believe this is the big fanfaric one when you're leaving the island, the pirates land because um their mate gets taken to your island, and then it turns out they want to rescue her, and then you're like, and then you as the hero, you're like, oh, you want to join too, or something like that. Oh, and then also there's a mix up between that person, that pirate, and your sister, and then your sister gets kidnapped, so then you travel with the pirates to go get your sister, basically. I hope to fill. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She only and then yeah, she only does one bottle, but then you get two servings out of it. You get like two fillings, so to speak. So yeah, Departure and Pirates. That was cute. Okay. So yeah, the departure, that's literally what this is, the departure theme and the pirate theme. So I just want to say that this is definitely mixed because if you have that kind of loud percussion um going on during a live setting, it's gonna drown out the strings. Um and then typically in a full orchestral settings, you can have them play that loud and it'll be okay because you'll hear the brass. So um with the way that percussion was playing with the loud tam tam and the bass drum and everything, that's definitely gonna drown out the strings. But then because this is all mixed, it's like it can sound the dynamics of the percussion can be brought down and the dynamics of the strings can be brought up so that it's perfectly balanced. But that definitely would not happen in a live setting. um and then also with the pirate scene, that was really cool what they did with the portamentos and the slides in all different ways because they're just a bunch of goofy guys. They're maybe kind of tough on the outside, but then in the end, they're all kind of goofy. And then there's like the nerdy pirates as well. Um, so I just thought it was kind of funny. I kind of had like a little laugh at that. But let's go again. Yeah, obviously starts off big and strong. Um, Yeah, here. This is this part right here. Eh, That part right there. The tam tam and the bass drum will definitely drown out those instruments. But I don't know. It didn't seem like it lasted for a long time. So they probably, I don't know if they dampened the instrument or if it was um done through mixing. Yes, and the double stops in the cello, so adding a lot more bass into it. Oh, and this is I think this probably alludes to the part where Link is saying goodbye to his family. Oh, that sad scene where he has a sad face and he's waving goodbye, and then his whole like everyone on the island is watching him sail off. So I think that's what that's referring to. There's that, and then he has like this sad look on his face. So and then interestingly though, yeah, I love that scene. Yeah, yeah, it's cool. And then Tetra looks at you like Tetra looks at you with that smug look, like, boy, what are you doing? Don't be surprised. You'll get to see them again. Or she's just like, don't be a softie. Basically, that's what she was saying. And an interesting switch from bassoon solo to cello solo here. Oh yeah, and then the weird slides that are going on intermittently. It's like I love it. It's so cool. With like the clarinet going, bending the pitch high and then low and everything. And then even with the trumpet playing with the plunger move. With the plunger move you can with the way you play it, you can bend pitches that way as well too. Yeah, right here, this trumpet. Well, that's the wah effect that you hear, that oftentimes you hear in jazz as well too. Oh, and then the clarinet adding more edge to it. So basically overblowing, so you create that that kind of grindy effect. Yeah, right there. So basically all he's just doing is just overblowing, basically. Overblowing more than you really need to, and it's creating that edge as well. Boom. I like that ending. Little treatment on the little treatment of the rhythm there, that boom, 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 boom. and then I think that depicts the pirates in this game too. Just a bunch of goofy dudes, and they're tough and stuff, and then they're just all goofy. They're goofy and nerdy, and there are a bunch of softies that appear tough on the outside. Yeah, yeah. I've always wondered what the plunger does on horn instrument. So basically, what it does is it basically bends the pitch. So what you do is it plays like a mute. So see, how can I demonstrate this? Okay, well, my coffee cup. So basically it's like this, and then my hand is like the plunger. So basically, oh crap, it's dripping on. Crap. I still had some coffee in here. Okay, but shoot, I need something else. Okay, okay. So, okay, I'll hold it. I'll hold it kind of like this. So, um, okay, and then here I'll use my poster here. So basically, what they do is like when they play it, when you get the muted sound, they're going like this, and then when they bend the pitch, they just open it like that, and then that's how they create the wah effect, the dun 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 dun. The wah wah wah. So that's basically what they do. Okay, so next one is the Great Sea. So this is where you spend most of your time. So this is like the Great Sea is like the overworld theme. So it's obviously very very epic, and they put a lot of time into it, and it's a great theme. It's really fun when you're going around and exploring the ocean and seeing all the islands and stuff. So yeah, here you go, Great Sea. Oh, there it is. There's the brass. Yeah, very cool. What did y'all think about that? Adventure vibes, best traveling music ever. Yeah. So interesting thing that I caught on. I want to listen to this again, but um the opening started off with the morning theme that was introduced in Ocarina of Time and was also used in Majora's Mask. The dun 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 dun. And then you know that sunrise theme. And then I think what the arranger wanted the ending to be was to end it where the sun goes down. So that's why you hear it kind of tapers off and goes off into nothing. It just kind of dissipates right there. But there was something that kind of bothered me a little bit, and then we'll get there. Okay, so string quartet chorale, right here. Oh, and then in the cellos in the bass parts, you hear the same motive that dun 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 dun, except it's kind of um slowed out, and then the harmony is a little different. It kind of ascends chromatically down a little bit. Okay, yeah, this I think this part could have been better. Like more of a because it just kind of like tapers in and then your start. So I would have liked to hear like a like a bam, like something like a crash or a bass drum right on the downbeat. So something and wow, sorry, I was early. Okay, and the snare drum going into it. Snare drum playing a very like a very rhythmic pattern, but not too loud at this point because it's just starting. And then kind of like a small crescendo, and then the brass is in. The brass comes in, which kind of comes out of nowhere, basically. You listen to it again. Okay, yeah, there was something that hit when the brass came in. So boom. So it's just like a bass drum. I wasn't I would expect like a little bit more, I guess, like so little bit more when the snare drum started, and then a little bit more when the brass comes in. I think that would have been more I think that would have been more impactful. But and then that crescendo was nice leading into it before the brass come in. So that kind of sets you up for that hey, something's gonna happen here, and hey, the main theme is gonna the main melody is coming up. So yeah, other than that, this is great. Full brass sounding. Oh yeah, and then don't forget the strings because the strings are playing the rhythmic pattern, the dun 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 boom boom, and then just static on one. It isn't one note. I think they're playing chords. So boom 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 boom, and then changing every 4 bars. I think that's the frequency of the changes. Hey, interesting counter melody right there from the glockenspiel. I think you go back. I feel like that's another piece from that's another song from Wind Waker, but I can't figure it out. Shoot. Oh, okay. This is one of those things that's gonna keep me up at night. I don't know if this is like an original theme or if this is a like a fragment from another piece from Wind Waker, or even maybe even the Zelda theme. Oh, and the bass drums sounding right underneath it. Oh wow, and the bass drums really resonant too. Like I hear it really booming in there. Okay, this is the part that bothers me. It's just you have like this really rhythmic section, this really big brass fanfare, and then it tapers off into nothing. So I think I think that the idea is good. It just should have been executed a little bit better. So maybe keeping like a little bit of the rhythm throughout, even if it's just um a little bit rhythm would be a little bit more rhythm would be nice in here instead of just to keep the flow going because it picks up again later on in the piece. So I don't know why they just like dropped it off without anything to go by, especially hearing like this big brass fanfare and then like the snare drums and like the bass drum coming in on the strong downbeats and stuff. It's really big and bombastic, and then you're left with nothing. And then it's like, and then of course it comes back. So it would have been nice to retain um retain something, at least something with the rhythm there, or at least like keep the rhythm going in one of the instruments, because that's what that was happening earlier in the piece and later on as well. I don't know why there was such a big drop off over here. So at least maybe have like, I mean, it doesn't have to be something, it can be something timbrely as well too. So maybe um it can, like maybe the tambourine can play, or triangle can play, just something on every downbeat or something, or picking up to a downbeat or something like a snare. So every beat two and four, you get something that hits. But I don't know. I just feel like, and then there is underlying rhythm underneath. I just feel that it's not enough. It just needs a little bit more. So it's like, it's like big. It's like, it's like imagine like a line that's like big and thick, and then all of a sudden you have like a real thin line underneath, and then it's big and thick. So I would have liked a little bit more of reinforcement in there, so that is not so empty. And I get what the arranger is going for, trying to have this exposed section, trying to um showcase this nice string chorale with a nice woodwind solo over it. But I just feel that it's just after coming off after the big brass and percussion, is just we're like left to we're like left with you know too little bit. It's like there should have been a little bit more that kept the lot kept the that kept going with it. Or maybe, yeah, because like now you hear like this dun 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 dun, dun, like this pizzicato thing that you heard in the violins, and then you hear like these nice little harp flourishes in the high register. Maybe you could have started with that in the beginning of the phrase. That would have been a nice a nice shimmer, a nice twinkle, and that way I wouldn't feel um dropped off without nothing. At least fill it up with something. I think that could have that's another thing that could have worked for. And then especially when it picks back up again here, so that way you're not drop it's not too like boom, you're down here and then you're back up again. At least it's you're somewhere in the middle, and then when the brass picks up again, then it's like you feel like you haven't dropped off too far. Best music. Yeah, I think this is one of the best tracks in the game. Okay, and then here the theme starts back up again. So obviously um it has to be varied or rescored differently. So okay, and then this is see and this is not bad because right now the quartet is playing the four strings, but at least um the I think I'm not sure which instrument it is. It might be the viola, the middle instrument. At least it's playing rhythm, so it's keeping the piece interesting while the violins play, and then the cellos doing their own thing on the bottom. So it feels like when you listen to this, listen to the rhythm, so you won't feel you're not being dropped off too far, like how it was earlier. What I was talking about is that you're just dropped down a little bit, which is fine, and then you're brought back up again when the themes comes when the themes come back, when the texture gets thicker. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, big brass, and then tapering down. Little hints of the percussion, the snare drum is tapering down, going down in dynamic. So it's like I would have appreciated that treatment, how this quartet section was written, but for here. Where is it? See, it's like there's nothing. There's nothing here. Wait, where was I? See here, it's like a lot less than what you heard. Oh, nice counter melody in the horn. See, now that part where it drops off, I think it's okay because you're at the point where you've heard enough, and then now you need the part where you taper down low, and then you go back up again. Yeah, this is great. This is great right here. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful tapering into nothing. And then now we go into the sundown theme, the sunset theme. Nice. Okay, interesting thing that I thought up of, when it goes into night when it goes into night theme, obviously in game the I believe the music stops and then you're just hearing the sound of the ocean as your boat rips through the water. But what I imagine going on in this arrangement is that you're slowing down. You're slowing down because you've reached your destination. It's at night because it's not safe to sail or travel at night. And another thing that I thought about is something that you don't do in yeah, that you don't do in the game, but something that we do as humans is that we sleep during the night. So I think that this could be like setting up for sleep music, like, oh, you're getting ready to go to bed. The music is tapering. It's all these like the what is it, the celeste, the celeste instrument, the keyboard instrument is playing. So it's like you're slowing down. You've reached the island. You've reached your destination and you're gonna go to sleep. And then when the morning comes up again, you wake up wherever you're sleeping, whether it's on the beach right here or up here in the forest or up over here or in one of the houses. You wake up and then you feel the breeze of the waves. You breathe that into you, and it's like, oh, I'm ready for an adventure, and then I'm gonna go out again and adventure some more. And I feel like that's what this piece is embodying at the end. So adding an extra element of getting ready to sleep, getting ready to rest because you just had this great adventure. You woke up with the sunrise, and then it's loud and bombastic with the brass, and then it tapers down, and then it goes up again, and then it's like you reach the end. You've had your adventure, and now you're ready to sleep. So that's how I see that. Okay, I'm gonna let it play. Next up is Windfall Island. Oh yeah, this one. Boom, boom. You hear the wood blocks in the background. Oh, I never realized that was an ocarina. So probably a callback to Ocarina of Time, maybe. I don't know. Okay, this is original material. This is new. That was original material, not in the original theme, but writing a variation based on that theme. Oh, there's that debate chord progression again. It's supposed to go back to the ending chord, but instead you get taken to that chord, and then it's like means that, oh, you're not at the end yet. We're gonna go cycle through a little bit more chords before you get to the end. Yeah, cool. I wasn't expecting that to be an ocarina, or I never in the original track, I never imagined that as an ocarina, and that being a callback to Ocarina of Time. I totally did not notice that. I don't know, not much to say about this. I mean, like this song, like I never really cared for this song, hearing it on the game. Like I just remember that there's like a lot of activity thing. Oh, and there's also a lot of activity that to do at night. So there's a lot of stuff that happens at night and a lot of things that you can do um at the nighttime. And I think that's what it was doing again. So like that picture of night I painted for you at the Great Sea, I think it happens a little bit over here. Like this part right here where it slows down. So it goes into like the string chorale. The strings doing the chromatic motion going down, and then ocarina, solo ocarina singing into the night. And then you sleep peacefully. So yeah, cute arrangement. Um, I like it.